Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to retake Faceit on Nuke as a CT in CS2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down in the comments below on what you want us to do next. By the way, we are doing free giveaways every month. In these giveaways, you can win various CS2 skins and free CS2 course access passes created by a Faceit level 10 coach who has experience in high tier CS2 teams. To sign up, simply visit the CS2 Pulse giveaway page and follow the instructions. Link is in the description. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So let's break down every single position that CTs can retake from in a B-side post plant scenario. The first position is ramp. This position is a very crucial position because of its long range and its visibility. Once you entry out this position, you can have a lot of vision towards the entire site and you can spot enemies through different positions. Ts can be camping here, behind boxes, or behind the default in sight. They can also be camping in dark. Then they can be standing in window, or they can be pushed up into lobby, or even sometimes they can be standing here or even on top of scaffolding behind default. Ideally, once you peek towards the right side, you should focus mainly on the side of default and the single door if anyone is standing here, because Ts love to peek out and just hold the angle before they can peek out. Ts love to stand like so and just hold these two angles like so. That's why ideally you should focus towards this area a lot, and you should always focus towards these two positions where on top of scaffolding Ts can camp while crouched and peek you and try to catch you off guard, or they can just be camping behind default. That's why you should definitely use at least one molly to molly off rather this position behind default. Or instead, if you're gonna peek wider and you're prepared to run out into sight, then you can molly this position behind the boxes. You can also just aim above, anywhere above this ring, and while you run you just simply left click throw.
Throwing fire.
And make sure to throw the molly before you peek out, because if you peek out, Ts might be camping in this area or in window. Then they might catch you off guard if you're peeking out too much and throwing the molly. Once you entry out this position, you should always focus towards window and you should always focus towards sight. That's why you need to micromanage these two angles really quickly. Ideally, I would recommend that one of you, for example this player who is playing on the left side, smokes window instead before you peek out. Or if you do have window control and one of the CTs is taking it and has it already, then you shouldn't be paranoid about window too much. A really good molly that the player who is going towards the left side should throw to molly dark. He stands against this metal pillar, hanging up against the wall. He lines himself up with it and then aims at the bottom corner of this sign of the fire hydrant and then moves more to the right until he reaches the end of the left wall, and then you just left click throw.
Incendiary.
If you want a really good retake smoke from the ramp position, you can also use this one. You aim at the opposite side of this position where I showed the molly lineup, and then you can just instantly throw a smoke aiming at this connection to the wires, and then you left click throw, and this smoke ideally lands on this corner where it covers a lot of ground. It covers the ramp peak so no one can peek you from this area, and you can also safely and easily cross towards sight, and then you can clear the corners one by one and you will be closer to them. The person who is peeking left should always focus towards this side of the map. He should also focus towards this area because Ts love to camp out behind dark like so and just only spot the head of the CTs and try to catch them off guard with an instant one shot one kill with an AK. And if you don't have anyone who is going towards single door, then you should definitely smoke it because Ts love to camp in it. Ts love to camp behind this position if they get a plant towards anywhere around this area, because then they have a lot of cover and they can just instantly open the door, peek them, or they can just jiggle peek for the info. They can even spot anyone who is going towards ramp through this corner, and if they do have an op, then they can just hold it like so. So always keep in mind for this position. My suggestion is to clear all of the areas. You should firstly jiggle peek, and then after you jiggle peek the entire area, then you can focus towards a certain point where you see an enemy. For example, if you just start peeking, then you should quickly jiggle peek through window if no one is watching. Then you should quickly check this corner. Then you also focus on this corner at the same time. Then you focus on default, and then one by one you go towards single door, and until you spot an opponent, then you just focus on that angle and don't move more to the left so you don't become visible to the other corner. Same goes for this position. If you peek out like so, I recommend you jiggle peek quickly, because then you might catch T's off guard and they might just peek out and give their info away, and after that you don't have to push too much. You can just use utilities like a Molotov. If you spot someone in default, as I mentioned previously, you can just instantly molly him.
Throwing fire.
When it comes to the flanking position, there are two ways that you can play this out. You can rather go towards double doors and window, or the single doors. If you're going as a solo, I recommend to go towards single door, because this position is a bit smaller. That means that there shouldn't be a lot of T's camping in the small area, since then it won't be as effective because they won't take a lot of control of the map. That's why at most you should find 1 or 2 players camping in this room. If you're in a post plant scenario and you want to peek out single door, you should quickly throw this really fast and easy flash to do. You just stand in this position close to this box, and then you aim at the bottom left corner of this blue and white sign, and then as you aim here, after you throw the flash, you instantly open the door.
Deploying flashbang.
This flash is very ideal because as you open the door, T's can instantly hear the sound and they will instantly focus towards it, and when they do, they get instantly flashed by this really quick pop flash. After this flash, the door player can instantly clear dark, or he can clear window depending on what control you have. When it comes to the vent players, it's a very difficult position, because if you do not have any secret control, if no one watches this area of vent consistently, or no one watches this area, then it becomes really difficult, because T's can just camp in this position like so, and then they can really catch you on timing by just standing here, because you will have recoil as you jump down the ladder. That's why a huge suggestion that I recommend doing is not going vent. However, if you are going vent for a quick and easy rotate and you know that no one is there, then you can definitely go there. And even if you want to go there and you hear a T is standing there, then you can do a quick flash. You can just throw this flash like so, and then instantly drop down. However, T's usually expect this type of stuff, so that's why they just rather stand behind this wall, or they quickly turn around before the flash pops, and then it becomes really difficult. So the other suggestion that I recommend doing is rather dropping a flash to fake it out, or just throwing a flash on the other side, not in the vent, so it lands like this.
Deploying flashbang.
And the T then might turn around and get confused, then you can catch them on timing. Another really difficult way of playing it is if you know from a teammate who called that someone jumped into vent, then you can start shifting really early and drop down towards vents with a shift. That way you don't get spotted a lot, and before you exit this area, when half of your body is not visible out of the vent, then you can instantly drop down and then try to catch them on timing, because then they wouldn't expect any noise from you. However, keep in mind that you have to be really far away and start shifting really early, just so the T doesn't expect you pushing. When it comes to double doors position, it's a very good position to take control of, because once you have control of window, then you and your teammates from ramp are really connected and you have a lot of area covered. The only areas that you didn't clear will be the default inside, dark, and the single door area, and maybe the flank around. However, taking this control is very difficult because oftenly it does get taken by T's in a post plant scenario. That's why you should really watch out. You should definitely throw some utility before these stairs if you want to catch T's off guard, because T's love to just camp behind these stairs and then try to catch you on timing by standing like so. That's why I really suggest not rushing this position and really shifting just to catch them off guard, and then you can rather catch them on timing. You can clear positions like so, this one as well, here. If the doors are open like so, you should definitely be paranoid, because then it becomes really difficult. I suggest instantly closing the door and focusing on this angle if you clear these two corners, because the team might be camping behind this position on doors and he tries to catch you off guard. Keep in mind, if you do get to this position, it doesn't matter whether you make sound or not. However, I suggest being sneaky as well. But if you don't want to be really slow, you can also just jiggle peek, jump through to spot this corner if no one is camping on this off angle that I've showed in previous videos. Then you can focus towards this corner as well, because this is also a common angle that T's love to camp in and CTs don't check it sometimes. Then once you have this control, then you connect with your players towards ramp and you have a pretty easy and safe retake. Then you have a lot of control and have really good opportunities to win the round. If you want a similar pop out flash as I showed in single door, you can stand where this stairs end, close to this yellow line against this wall, and then aim at this wall's corner where the green part is. You can move slightly to the right so you don't miss the flash, and then after you throw it, you instantly open the door.
Throwing flashbang.
This is a really good pop-out flash if you want to catch T's off guard who are playing behind default rather, or they can just be standing here in this corner. However, they might spot you, so be careful for that. And if anyone is standing in dark, they will also get caught by this flash. Same goes for the players who are playing on top of scaffolding, they will get caught at the same time. The players who play in window should definitely clear this top of the scaffolding on top of default, because this position is common for T's, and if they stand here, the CT who is standing on top of this chair on window will spot them if he times it correctly, because these gaps are slightly visible, and through these gaps you can definitely spot someone's head if they're moving. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. This was how to retake B site on Nuke as a CT in CS2. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.